here it is. At the top of the pyramid, Dark World. So let's just do a little bit of a dash down. Just try to get some extra health points for the final conflict. Oh, there is. There's the extra health points already. You don't even need to do so much of running about. I would still wonder why or what made why this instead of Palace of Hyrule Castle there would be this grim-looking pyramid up here in Dark World. Well, of course it would be Ganon's some kind of seat of power or maybe some sort of temple or castle itself. But time to head inside and pick fun. I got a full plethora of most potent medicines around. Well, I'm missing 8 heart pieces of the game, but they are really not that much of story. So drop in, and he's not running. It's not one word, alter ego. It's 2 words, alter ego. Yeah, all I did. Ganon first throws his trident around, teleports, and then grabs it back. So it's time to give some smacks to him. Now he's doing the big fireball spinny thing, which transforms into bat monsters. So this time he's becoming much more, let's say, and even with the hits right in here. I'm doing my best to avoid taking these hits and big spin. Now he's doing a fireball spin. And now he's dropping off the floor tiles. More of them. He's making changes to the battlefield by dropping ground. Still. Even more. Still. You got a real jump around frenzy. Once again. Now he is making the battlefield into darkness, so let's blast out some piece of magics. Blast out this. Here. I have to strike him with my sword. Oops. Here. Where are you? Once he has been hit, he has to be stunned with a sword strike. Once that sword strike has been struck, he must be stunned with a sword and then put some arrows into his ugly body. Once again. But as much as attack pattern at this phase goes, it's quite simplistic. It's just I think it's one more. Oh yes, he went down. The silver arrow and the sword to stun. And yeah, a kid, beautiful looking kid, just basically killed a god. So let's just claim the Triforce. Nice 3D effect. Transparency as well. That's a big amount of power because it doesn't have any. And according to that, Ganon was very strong. Yeah, we wrote the reality. I guess he found out that not all words were his. You killed the previous owner, now you own it. It's big item, very big. Strangely enough, King was never shown in the actual game, and he was meant to be killed by a Ganon. So I was referring again to the Shota Ishinomori's adaptation, which, well, of course it has the general basic tone of the ending, but it really made that, yep, Link does not manage to restore his parents or uncle. They remain dead, as does the king of Hyrule itself. Well, yes, that would be the quite strange little ending intro. That I feel is kind of cheapens the ending. But then again, when you get something close to omnipotent power, you really might do that. I think I ever even showed those images. But that one definitely do, because, well, he is more or less mandatory encounter. But it seems that the Blink made, well, restored those who could be restored. That was her name, Vince. That guy has a real problem of living in a very dangerous location. And there was that guy. I personally feel that this is the most poignant and important piece of the story in A Link to the Past. The Master Sword is returned to where it's not needed anymore. It is there, smashed back into its pedestal. Now we get to see all the big, then already very effective names of producers and craftsmen who did this. And of course, it would be have Shigeru Miyamoto as producer, the big name of within Nintendo still, and Takashi Tezuka as well. Although he is not that, you could say, visible than Miyamoto. It might be more or less said to be a savior of modern gaming. Now I just wish to see that is the music maker the one who I guessed he was. And this came out. Super Nintendo had been out for about a year. I don't know exactly how the development of this game started because I didn't do much of research. But it is quite clear that Nintendo had a very solid idea of how they were gonna progress it. They absolutely abandoned the overworld maps and the side-scrolling sections of the Adventure of the Link and restored back to the original sense of exploration, but with much more coherent world, which was much less of an empty wasteland and much more of a real. Well, it's much more habited and real because with locations, but still the crew of the people who made it is much smaller, as you could have expected from modern game with this, you could say, this level of prestige, but things were simpler then. Oh yes, Maestro Koji Kondo, the guy who has composed one of the most, perhaps the most iconic musics of the gaming era. Interesting. They're using the mixing of the overworld music in here. I think that might be one of the most impressive pieces of. What does this say? I have no idea. Does it mean deaths, ranks, whatever? Maybe it means number of deaths I had in there, but I never died. Oh, it had 8. You count 8 dungeons to the Dark World, which is exactly the number of dungeons plus the final one. And of course, how many times I started the game doing this. Conclusion of to Legend of Zelda. A Link to the Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. It's a great game. Definitely worth classic. It shows its age, but what was then contemporary, it was a massively great. So, well, ending this series, whatever comes next is next. Don't know. You're gonna see it way later than this was made. So, no matter. The end.